Welcome to What's the Biz, your place for business and entrepreneurship. And I'm sitting here with this guy wears so many hats, but he's an awesome entrepreneur. Darius Spells, the owner of Red Barn Seafood and more crawfish, all of that good stuff. Darius, how you doing today?
Well, I can't complain. I'm all right, my brother.
Good. So, man, tell us just a little bit about yourself and about your business.
All right, well, my name is Darius Spells, owner of the Red Barn Cajun Crawfish Seafood Market. We've been around 3 years so far. Man, we specialize in crawfish. We have the best tasting crawfish in Northwest Louisiana.
Okay.
You know, that's what we do.
Awesome, man. And of course, I've tried your crawfish many times, and I mean, it's been awesome every single time. My wife is always like, hey, can we go to Red Barn? And I say, it might not be that time of the month, depending, because we know crawfish can get up there, but it's awesome food. So tell us about the concept. How did you come up with doing crawfish? And we know, let's talk about your background first. You've been known in our area for being a DJ ever since I can remember. I know at least the last 15 years, probably more than that.
Well, you make us sound old, man. We now old, but
well, we started young.
Basically, I started out DJing senior in high school. Went to college, Southern University, Baton Rouge. Went there for a few years, didn't graduate though, but I went.
You went.
Then I went on the road with national recording artist Hurricane Chris. He had the song called Hey Baby.
Right.
So I became his road DJ. Went from being a road DJ, did that for 2 years, then started being on the radio here in Shreveport.
Right.
Alpha Media Group 103.7.
Yes, sir.
We was the Three Kings.
Three Kings, yes.
So we ran the radio, had a good 8-year run.
Yes, a long time.
Doing that run, ended up starting the crawfish business. It just really fell up on my lap. It's crazy. Me and my wife, Chastity, I was courting at that time.
Right.
So we going on dates. She loved crawfish, so I'm spending a lot of money on crawfish.
Yes, sir.
And man, long story short, man, we had a bad experience. It was terrible. And in that moment, I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna sell crawfish.
Wow.
The next year, I started selling crawfish, and that's how I started.
Wow. And I remember when you started up selling crawfish, and it was kind of, I'm like, man. So DJ Breeze, Darius Spells is doing crawfish. So just tell us about, just kind of the journey so far with Red Barn.
Basically, first year I started doing Red Barn, I sold live crawfish basically out of a U-Haul truck. Literally, I was driving up the highway 3-4 times a week, selling it out the back of the truck, hand in hand, going to get it, coming back and selling. I did that for a year, 4 months strong the first year. So that's how I started off. No startup money, no loans, all off of pure will and hustle and God.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, awesome. And I tell business owners all the time, as you know, a lot of times, if you don't come from a wealthy family or a family that has a whole lot of money, that's what you're starting off with, is your will, your hustle, of course, God, and just your demand to say, well, look, I want to make this happen. I want to be a business person. So tell us, what motivated you and what motivates you even today?
Well, at that time when I started, I've been an entrepreneur for a while. Being a DJ, I used to thrown events, concerts throughout this area. And at that particular time in life, I was kind of in a rut, and I needed and wanted to change. And I was determined to change my circumstance of where I was at that particular time. And I really just made a leap out on faith and jumped out there. And that's the pivotal moment when you find out if you really want to do something now. When you're back against the wall, you have nothing else to turn to but yourself. And take a leap out on faith, because you don't have anything to lose.
You don't have anything to lose. Well, man, that's awesome. So in our next segment, we're just going to talk about being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. We know that you've been in this thing a long time, been a DJ events, and now with Red Barn the last 3 years, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So when we come back, we're going to get even more into being a business owner with Darius Spells. Welcome back to What's the Biz. I'm here with Darius Spells. So let's get to the meat of it, man. So tell us about being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. What's the good stuff, the bad stuff, and then the ugly stuff?
The good stuff. The good stuff about starting a business is you have something of your own. Something that you can give back to the community. You'll be able to give people jobs. To help them with their livelihood.
Exactly.
Because that's the main thing you want to do. You always want to help each other. Because that's what it's about. At the end of the day. We in to make money, but you're here to help people because that's our ultimate goal is to give back.
Right.
So that's part of the good things about being an entrepreneur and building up generational wealth for your family.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us are I don't know the typical word for it, but we're the first entrepreneurs in our family.
Right,
so
first generation entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we the first generation. So it's a lot on our backs.
Right.
And we basically setting the foundation for a generation to come. So that's what you want to do for your family. It's all about generational wealth.
Right, all about generation. So tell us some of the, in the last 3 years with Redborn, some of the good times, but maybe even some of the times where you really just had to say, well, look, I got to keep motivated. I got to keep going.
I mean, first 3 years of business is always tough.
Right.
Especially you starting with no loans or every dollar counts in the business.
Right.
And it's been times throughout the entire journey to where I had to be really on the budget. I pay everybody, don't pay myself.
Right, exactly.
To really make ends meet. And you just have to go through the storm and really just have to continue to believe, because that's what keeps you going, is believing in yourself and believing in your brand and standing on all 10 and going hard behind your brand.
Right, going hard behind your brand. And like you say, it's those times to where you really have to be self-motivated. You may not be able to pay yourself, and sometimes you even have to dip into what you have to make sure that the business is good.
Exactly.
Or even when you get to a certain point, you pay everybody else, but you wait to pay yourself until everything else gets squared away. So those are definitely some of the struggles with business. What are some other things that you've experienced over the last few years?
One thing about it, in business, you have to go in with a plan. That's what a lot of entrepreneurs lack at, of going into a situation and not planning it out. Now, it's not going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
It might go A, Z, C, all type of ways, but you have to plan, at least know where you're going and have an end result, because you can't go anything without a plan, because you'll just be...
You just be everywhere.
You'll be off.
And like you said, I like how you said it. You need to have your plan for every alphabet, because it could go either way with that. I'm still in it, all right? I like that one.
Go on, use it.
Okay, go ahead, good. I'm going to use that one, because you're right. It can go, plan A could go to plan M, but you need to just have things in place to know what direction you're going into.
And another big thing is know your budget, know your numbers.
Right.
That's one of the main things about business. Know your numbers.
Right.
Because you have to know where you're at all times.
Exactly. And I know a lot of business owners or people in business, they focus so much on the passion and the creative part that they kind of leave the business part. But in order to have a thriving or a growing business, you have to have that business part right. So knowing those numbers is important. What's some other advice or some other gems you've learned in the last 3 years?
Credit. A lot of individuals do not know the importance of credit, and especially if you're building a business, because your personal side still affects your business side, especially when you're starting off at the beginning stages, because they're gonna go off your personal credit. So credit is number one. Get your credit right.
Exactly.
After you getting your credit right, have your plans together, and then make sure you find good workers. Take care of your workers. Right. Because us being entrepreneurs, we can't do that everyday operation. Right. We won't be able to function, won't be able to grow. So make sure you have good workers. That's another gem, have good workers. Exactly. And you need a mentor. Right. Every entrepreneur needs a mentor or a coach, because someone has to hold you accountable or keep you motivated, because when you become an entrepreneur, you become the business owner, the line stops at you. Right. And people, and you have to really understand that and know what comes with that. Right. With you being the last forces, everything comes down on you. So if your business fails, it comes down on you. Right. Don't matter. It cannot be your fault. Right. But you are the owner, so it's your fault. Right. Exactly. And you're held accountable. So I want entrepreneurs to know, be willing to take that and be held accountable for your business. Right. Right. Because that's, you gotta be able to walk that thin line. Exactly. And everybody can't walk it. But if you're gonna walk it, walk it right. Awesome, man. Well, man, this man has been on here preaching, dropping those gems about being in business. So we're gonna go to our last segment. In our last segment, we're gonna talk about what's your future. What's the future of Redborn? What's the future of DJ Breeze, Darius Spells, all these other, and we know you have a lot of good things going. So we're gonna talk about that here on our last segment. We'll be right back.
Since I've been a child, I've always had an interest. I've played the trumpet in the past, the viola. Even when I listen to music, I hear the background. I hear the piano, I hear the instruments. As far as the foundation, I know that once you learn piano, you can build and go into other things. I have been doing this for about 2.5 months, and it has been an amazing journey. So I came in almost knowing little to nothing about the piano, and I'm walking away knowing that I can play a strong song, and I know the foundation and the basics. Listen, play music.
Welcome back to What's the Biz. We're thankful to have Darius Spells, DJ Breeze, the owner of Red Barn, here with us today. He's been dropping some gems. If you missed it, you got to make sure to tune in to this show to make sure you get all of those good gems if you're a business owner or entrepreneur. So just tell us about your vision plan. What's going to be the future for Red Barn, for you as a DJ, for you as a businessman?
All right, well, I'll start with the Red Barn first. The vision for Red Barn is within the next 1.5 years or so, we will be franchised in another location, in another city. Because that's the overall goal, because what people don't know, Louisiana is Louisiana based.
Right.
So we are the mecca of crawfish. We like crawfish gold.
Exactly.
So we're going to take this crawfish brand, we're going to go nationwide with it.
Awesome.
So within the next 1.5 years, we'll definitely be in another location. So definitely stay tuned to us.
Awesome.
If you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, it's Red Barn Cajun Crawfish. Find us online, redbarncajun.crawfish.com. So that's basically what we're doing with crawfish. We're going to franchise. So all you franchise that looking to invest, come on down.
Come on over to Red Barn.
Red Barn. We can show you.
Awesome.
So that's what Red Barn. And with my DJing, I'm just going to continue to do what I've been doing in DJing, you know, all your weddings, private events.
Right.
Call me, you know, specializing in it all. Been blessed to be able to be DJing for so long.
Right.
And just to be relevant. So that's a blessing in itself. So continue to do DJing, but now I really have taken the forefront on public speaking and being an entrepreneur consultant.
Awesome.
Basically sharing with other entrepreneurs, you know, giving them tips and you know, basically consulting them on their business and helping them grow, because throughout my entrepreneur journey, I've learned a lot, because I started from the bottom and working myself up to where I'm at today. So I just feel like me being able to give back and let other people know what I've learned to help them so they can avoid some of the pitfalls that I've had. That's what I'm really doing now. I'm getting ready to, my book is about to release. It's called Think Your Way to Freedom. It's available now for pre-sale at think2freedom.com. You can order it now. Strictly, it's for everyone, but I'm definitely going towards the entrepreneurs, inspiring entrepreneurs, people who are looking to be into business and they want to know how to start or what to do or how to be able to juggle life and business. Because that's a juggle. So we still have personal lives. Us being married men, having children, we have other responsibilities outside of the business. And it's hard, bro. It's hard. And that's why I really wanted to write that book. That was my main focus on writing that book. So it's available for pre-order. And I go out speaking to kids all the time. So I'm definitely doing keynotes. So we doing the whole nine.
Doing it all. And of course, you know, you and your wife are what we call still in our generation a power couple, and everybody, you know, looks up to y'all business-wise. Y'all are doing some awesome things business-wise. So we're just excited about the journey that you've been through, but the journey that you still have to go with business. Tell everybody, how can they reach out to you for all of your endeavors?
All right, you want to find me online, you go to DariusSpells.com, Darius Spells, SPELLS.com. You want to go to my personal brand page. That way I drop daily gems, have weekly newsletter that comes out. I also have an accountability course. Basically, as entrepreneurs, we all come together with a community. We hold each other accountable. You can find out more info on the website. I also have a clothing brand, lifestyle brand. Feel the Breeze, ftblifestyle.com. So get your merchandise. You know, it's a motivational brand. You know, we all need motivation. It don't matter what what particular space you're in, you'll always need motivation. Whether you're at the bottom or if you're at the top, you always need motivation. So that's the motivational brand. DJ, find me on Instagram, Darius Spells _ Facebook, King Darius Spells. Not hard to find.
Yeah, you're not hard to find.
Can't be hard to find.
Can't be hard to find. Exactly.
You gotta be able to find you. So.
Can't be hard to find. Well, man, we appreciate you coming through, man. And I've loved to see how you've grown as an entrepreneur. I've known you for a long time, so just seeing that whole course, man. And we're excited about where you're going and all the great things that you have going on.
Because people don't know, you used to do sound way in the country, in the trailer.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's real.
Yeah, that's how you know. Anybody that started talking about the trailer, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. So that's been at least 8 years since the what we call the trailer experience, since the old studio.
Exactly. So I'm definitely proud of you,
man. Well, I appreciate it. Same here, man. And we're just happy to have you on the show today. And we want to thank you guys for watching. And make sure to tune in to all the episodes of What's the Biz, the time that you can hear from entrepreneurs, business people, and professionals here in our area. Thank you for tuning in.